Hey everyone! Today we're diving into something that affects all of us, fear and anxiety. But here's the thing, you have more control over them than you might think. Let's break this down in a way that's easy to understand, and by the end of this video, you'll have some practical tips to tackle fear and anxiety head-on. Step 1. Understand what fear and anxiety are. First things first, let's define these feelings. Fear is a natural response to something immediate, like if a car suddenly speeds toward you, your body reacts to protect you. Anxiety, on the other hand, is when you're worried about things that might happen in the future, like an upcoming exam or a big presentation at work. These feelings are normal, but when they get out of control, they can really mess with your mind and life. Step 2. Why do we feel this way? Fear and anxiety come from the fight or flight response. It's built into us for survival, like when our ancestors had to deal with wild animals. But today, we don't have lions chasing us. Now our lions are things like deadlines, bills, or what other people think of us. The problem is that our brains sometimes treat these situations like life or death moments, triggering that old fight or flight response, which leads to fear and anxiety. Step 3. You can control your response. Here's the secret. You can't always control what happens to you, but you can control how you respond to it. This is where Stoic philosophy comes in, and it's simple. Focus on what's within your control, and let go of the things you can't. For example, if you're anxious about failing an exam, what can you control? You can control how much you study, how much rest you get, and how you approach the exam. You can't control the outcome entirely, but you can control your effort. Focus on that. Step 4. Face fear directly. Now, this part might sound hard, but it works. When you're feeling fear or anxiety, don't run from it. Face it head-on. Ask yourself, what's the worst that could happen? Sometimes, when we break down our fears, we realize they're not as bad as we imagined. For example, if you're afraid of public speaking, what's the worst that could happen? Maybe you'll forget a line or stumble on a word. But will that end your career? Probably not. In most cases, the worst outcome isn't as catastrophic as we think. Step 5. Breathe and stay present. When you're feeling overwhelmed, your body tenses up, and your mind races. A simple but powerful trick is to focus on your breathing. Take slow, deep breaths. This calms your nervous system and helps you focus on the present moment. When you're focused on the now, there's no room for anxiety about the future. Step 6. Practice gratitude. It might sound unrelated, but focusing on what you're grateful for can reduce anxiety and fear. When you shift your focus from what if something goes wrong to what is going right, you start seeing your situation differently. Final thoughts. The secret to stopping fear and anxiety isn't about eliminating them forever. That's impossible. But it's about managing them, understanding that they're natural, and learning how to respond in a way that gives you control. Focus on what you can control, face your fears, and stay present. With practice, these things will become second nature, and fear and anxiety won't have as much power over you. If you found this helpful, hit that subscribe button and leave a comment on how you deal with fear and anxiety. Remember, you've got this.